Hey everybody, welcome back to Gideon Stuff. Today we're taking a look at this knife here. This is the Bestech Knives Grampus. It's a pretty cool knife from Bestech's budget line. And yeah, let's get into it. First thing I need to say before we get too far into this review is that this knife has been discontinued. For some reason, I don't know why, but Bestech has recently gone through and discontinued a bunch of their knives. And this is one of the ones that was just put on the chopping block. And yeah, so I figured I'd get one and review it right now because a bunch of retailers, could you stop it, wind? A bunch of retailers have these still in stock and they're selling them at a discount. So, you know, it'd be really cool to jump in on them if you haven't already. So yeah. However, I do want to say actually on the topic of being discontinued, I guess Bestech discontinued several versions of their Warwolf flipper, but then they came out with a new version of it. So in the future, we might see new versions of these knives. I don't know yet. We'll have to see. For now, let's go ahead and get our size comparisons out of the way. Let's see how long this blade is. We're looking at a blade that's pretty much exactly 3.5 inches. So I like that size of EDC knife, and I think a lot of people do. And wow, that wind is really picking up right now. It's been a beautiful day, but rain clouds are coming in now. Oh well, let's hope it's not too bad for the audio. Let's get into our size comparisons. Oh, jeez. Alright, I guess the wind is not going to be our friend today. Man, that's a shame. I thought today would be a good day. Anyways, here we can see this knife kind of falls between the wrap models. Next, let's bring out our Civivis. There we go. Not a huge knife, but definitely full-sized. And let's bring out the Benchmade Bug Out and the Spyderco PM2. Yep, there we go. All right, and let's go ahead and go on to our, we'll skip the Gerber Paraframe comparisons today. We'll go with some more Bestechs. Here it is against the Lion, also recently discontinued, and the Paladin. So, yeah, about the exact same size as the Lion. Alright, so what are we looking at here material-wise? We're looking at a D2 blade that's is this a spear point? Is it in line with the pivot? Yeah, we're going to call this a spear point blade. I love this blade shape, whatever it is. G10 handles with kind of a jigged bone pattern. Steel liner lock, steel clip, and a steel backspacer with this little hook claw glass breaker thing. Kind of interesting. Ball bearings. This G10, by the way, you cannot get this version. I dyed this knife. I got it as a tan G10 and dyed it. So that's always an option to you. I am missing a screw because I'm an idiot. But, yeah, let's go and do some cutting. Alright, let's see if the wind treats us nicely. Let's cut up some cardboard with the Grampus. So we have a flat grind, comes down to a reasonable edge. Most Bestechs, in my experience, are kind of between that 15 and 17 thousandths behind the edge range. So that's kind of nice. They do slice good. I have been EDCing this knife. It has a very unique blade. I love this blade. So yeah, let's cut up some cardboard. I'm filming this the same day I did the review of the Lion, so we're gonna finish what the Lion started. And there you go. That's how you miss all those big staples. This is thick double layer cardboard, so keep that in mind. So yeah, very slicey. The blade is a little bit thicker than some Bestechs, but they have the swedge along the top, which does help your blade pass through material quite a bit. Getting the right grip on this stuff is the trick. Alright, so yeah, great performing blade as far as I'm concerned. And this tip gives you plenty of tip strength to, I don't know, do all kinds of your stabby stuff. Ah, you couldn't even see that. So, whoops. So yeah, good performance there. We're all over the place today, aren't we? How's the action? It's good. I did tune the action a little bit after I got it. When I first got it, the action was good, but not as amazing as other Bestechs that I've had. So I did do a little bit of tuning. All right, ergos. So this texturing on the handle, it really locks you in, but the handle itself is very comfortable. The ergonomic lines. Wow, I cannot speak. Very nice. They do allow you to grab the knife very securely for all, for really powerful slices. So really good. The clip itself, I can feel it sometimes. Speaking of the clip, how's it carry? Not deep, not shallow, pretty good. The clip itself works really nice. It's a good looking clip in my opinion. Not reversible, wah wah wah. But yeah. Let's go ahead and get back to the table and talk about this guy. Alright, Bestech Grampus. What am I liking? What am I not liking? Well, I'm not liking the wind that's going on right now. But that's beside the point. So, first thing, the looks. This knife looks so cool. This is such a different looking knife. Look, the blade shape. This unique spear point. It's very nice. Very nice. I love that blade. It's a thick looking blade. And I like it a lot. The handles with this jig bone pattern. And by the way, look at how pretty the G10 looks. Focus. Through there. Pretty nice. I think this knife looks really, really different. It really does feel like you took your grandpa's old slip joint and mixed it with a modern flipper. Hence the name Grampus. Which, by the way, I think the name is amazing. I love the name, the Grampus. That's great. But, you have the jig bone scales that feel very old-timey. This blade shape, to me, reminds me of an old-timey knife. Like an old fixed blade skinning hunting knife. Or it kind of reminds me of like the spay blades on some traditional slip joints, just a little bit. Obviously it's kind of different, but it gives me that same kind of vibe. So you have those old school attributes mixed with a ball bearing flipper tab, pocket clip, tactical glass breaker lanyard hole thing. Yeah, I like the aesthetic of this knife a whole lot, so that's really, really cool. Next thing, the ergos are just so nice. Oh my gosh. Bestech, one reason I like Bestech knives so much, stop it, wind. one reason I like Bestech knives so much is that they are very simple, yet completely functional and detail-oriented. So in the case of the ergonomics, I mean, this handle is a little bit more shaped than other Bestech handles. Let's take, for example, here we go, the swordfish. You know, not very much shaping going on there. But, you know, you have a little bit more of that here, but it works. I mean, this is how you hold the knife. You hold the knife here, and it works. It's comfortable. You have a good grip. It works. And I like it a lot. The pattern here gives you a lot of traction. The handles are also, the scales are also a little bit contoured. So, yeah, that's cool. The blade itself, let's move on to the blade. You know, it performs well, looks good. You have a lot of Bestechs do this. You have a stone wash on the flats and satin on the grinds and the swedge, and going down to the edge. Sharpening choil, good. The edge comes down nice and thin. The tip is kind of a good mix between piercing and, you know, nice thin pierciness and durability. So I like that a whole lot. This knife is just very functional, in my opinion. Very, very functional. Pocket clip. I like this clip. It's good. You can feel it a little bit in the hand, but in and out of the pocket works great. Good tension. Wish it was reversible. We'll talk about that. So, yeah, I like that. Out of the box, the centering was nice. That wind is not nice. The centering was good. No blade play or anything. Still no blade play. Action. I did have to tune the action a little bit, but it's good. It's kind of a different action than other Bestechs I've had, but still, you know, rockets out, and it goes closed really easy. I think Bestech does a great job on their flipper tabs, and this one is no exception. Nice and rounded and shaped really well. You can light switch it very easily, or you can push button it just as easily. It's very comfortable no matter what your preferred method of opening is. Access to the liner, very nice. They give you plenty of room to get in there and move it over. They've got some internal milling in there, if you can see that. Really nice. This backspacer thing here, I kind of like it. I think it makes the knife look a little bit unique. I love backspacers, and steel backspacers are kind of cool. It is a lanyard hole, so if you want lanyards, you can use this. I'm not sure what I would ever use this for. You know, it is kind of round. I mean, it's rounded, but does have some claw-like attributes. Some people are going to hate it. I don't mind it. But, yeah. So, what do I not like here? Well, I wish the clip was reversible. That, you know, that's always nice. I do wish the jumping up here was a little bit better. Sorry, I got carried away playing with it. I do wish the jumping up here was a little bit better, but I mean, right now it like doesn't really give you any meaningful traction. I wish it came out just a little bit more and had a little more grip, but not that bad. I could see that if you have huge hands, this sharp spot right here might be an issue for you, but for me, it's not an issue. And yeah. So this version here is this knife here was tan G10. I think I mentioned this earlier. Gosh dang it, wind. Anyways, it was tan. I dyed it. There's only 3 versions of this knife that I think you can get 3 colorways. The tan, a green, and a black. So if you want more colors, get the tan and dye them yourself. And the worst thing about this knife is that it's discontinued. Honestly, look, here's the thing about Bestech knives. So most of them come in at $52. We're not going to talk about the price so much for this guy because you can get it on discount a lot of places. It's worth it, by the way. This is a really cool knife. The thing about a lot of Bestech knives, I mean, let's bring out a few. Budget knives, specifically. You know, the best thing about Bestech budget knife is that they're very simple. They're affordable, and they just work so well. There's really not that much to complain about with Bestech budget knives, I found. There really isn't. And maybe I'm just easy to please, but I don't know, I really like Bestech knives. And so my final conclusions on the Grampus are that in a lot of ways, this knife could be, in a lot of ways, this is a very basic, generic knife. On paper, it's a D2 steel liner lock with G10. That's pretty basic. However, you look at the actual knife, it has this very unique blade shape, has this really neat handle, just this overall look that's really different. And so this knife ends up having an identity of its own, and it comes off as very unique and maybe even a little bit weird, and I love it. And this blade shape is a good blade shape. This is a useful blade shape. You can do lots of slicing, you know, you've got plenty of flat, you have a nice amount of belly here. I like this blade shape. This spear point is very nice. So yeah, I don't know why Bestech discontinued this, but I can definitely recommend that you get one. It's a great knife. I love it. And yeah, that's all I've got to say for now. I hope you enjoyed the video. Please like, comment, subscribe below, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.